Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the cabin.
Mornings at the cabin, indeed. It's Friday morning. It's -10, and Wheeler and Lecter are here with you to keep you warm. Although it is warm, so get on some shorts, get on your t-shirt, and get out there. Mornings at the cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the North. Oh, big show today. We got plenty to talk about. We got special guests coming in, and we got the PCPTP party with Emily Blake coming up at 8:30. You know you love to listen to us hammer our way through trivia, which you can't participate in. It is awesome.
It's more of an update kind of thing.
It's more of an update kind of thing.
The trivia.
That's right. It's how we do our pop culture news.
Yeah.
And how we have a chat about it. Yeah. So plenty to talk about. We're hoping. Now, this is the plan. Chrissy Kerrigan's supposed to join us at 8 o'clock. Hasn't been on the show in like 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Been like over a year at least.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's the designer of everything here that we have. Like, our whole aesthetic is kind of hers. Well, I mean, the logo and most of our shirts.
I think the last time she was in, it was like during Cabin Radio's first slow pitch season.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. Well, we'll have her back on if she wakes up in time. But she says she's going to drop Greg off at work and then come here. So
okay,
and then participate in pop culture trivia. So
it's out there now.
We're hoping for it. We're going to have Sib on a little bit later on to talk about her origin story, the origin of a villain. Talk about Des Lorene's open mic comedy night in Inuvik. And of course, Maximum Overdrive here in Yellowknife. Vehicles thinking for themselves and slanging themselves into buildings. And also a big shout out to my mother, who is now the new head of the YK Senior Society. Finally, some young blood in there to get all those old people out of there. Tina Turner, the best, to my mama on this Friday morning.
Mornings at the cabin, the podcast.
Welcome back to the show. Mornings at the cabin, brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the North. Just kicking off this Friday morning on a -10. It's going to be a beautiful day. I hope there's some sunshine. It's a little gray right now. No! Oh! You know what that music means? It means we're ripping off the WWF. Sarah Sibley's in the building. Now you may talk.
Howdy, everyone. Happy Friday.
I do love the juxtaposition between the music and your cheerful attitude. Stone Cold Sarah Sibley. All right. All right, we can bring that down. a little aggressive. So yesterday in the group chat, we wanted to bring you in here because yesterday in the group chat, you posted a screenshot of your birth announcement in Brockville.
Yes.
And the headline said, Sarah Sibley just couldn't wait.
Yes.
Brockville's newest resident was born during the blackout. Tell us about this blackout.
Yeah, so I was born in 1998 in Eastern Ontario. Sorry,
Woo!
resident youth here.
Lord, I was in grade 11.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, when was your birthday's January?
January 10th.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I was, 97, 98, I was grade 11.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I'm disgusted.
You were just like sitting in a history class as...
A history class? We call it social studies in Canada.
Oh. I took history class. Anyways.
That's weird.
You didn't like randomly take American history in high school?
No, it was
Or,
always
like,
just
world
social
history?
studies.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you the history of my life now. So basically...
Okay, leave out all the parts that make you seem really terrible like Canada did.
Eek. Thanks. Yeah, so basically... yes, so basically, I was born in this big ice storm that was hitting Eastern Ontario and Quebec, so the power was out. My family...
Gosh. I remember this ice storm.
I think I do too.
Yeah, it was
really
a
big.
famous ice storm.
Yeah. Like, my mom made me do a project about it in grade 4 when I had to do something on natural disasters. She's like, oh, do this.
And there were all these like famous pictures of vehicles covered in ice, and trees covered in ice, and all this
and
stuff.
Power lines just like brought down.
Yeah,
It's
crazy
and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
It was nuts.
The ice storm.
During the ice storm.
Wow.
And basically, I have 2 older sisters. They were 3 and 2, I believe, at that time. And we were staying at an apartment building, and that completely went out of power. So my parents had to go to the secondary school or the high school and basically stay there to make sure that everybody could stay warm and things like that.
Wow.
We could cook food. And then I was supposed to be born on January 24th, which is actually my dad's birthday.
Oh.
But I decided to come.
Like, hold off a minute.
Yeah.
Just couldn't wait.
But I decided to come 2 weeks early,
my God.
right in the middle of this ice storm while we were staying at this secondary school. So it's the middle of the night. It's like midnight, and my mom just starts like going into labor.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't around. Like, my sisters couldn't sleep because they were a little like anxious. So he was
Right.
taking them for a walk. So the janitor actually like had to get my mom an ambulance, and he was like freaking out more than my mom was because my mom was like, "This is my third kid. Like,
I'm just a janitor. I'm not equipped for this sort of thing.
yeah, basically. So he was like escorting my mom around. She's like, I don't know where my husband is. Like, cell phones weren't quite a thing back then.
Right.
So I got shipped off to the hospital with my mom. Well, I guess in my mom. Oh, that's not
In your mom.
that's not a nice thought. But and then the hospital lost power, so everything was on a backup generator. And my mom had to have a C-section.
Yeah.
So she got like, yep, I don't want to go to
That's
that.
a C-section, yeah. For those of you, it's not a visual medium. She's just one of these things where she just drew across the air. Cesarean section.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very scientifically sound.
yeah, that's right.
And then out came me, and of course, I still needed attention, so I had 2 weeks of breathing problems also when I was a baby.
Oh, wow.
I think it was like RSV or RSP is what it was called.
RRSPs?
RRSPs,
Yeah.
yes. I'm definitely thinking about my retirement already.
I mean, that's how babies are going to start coming out now.
So my mom didn't get to see me a lot during the first 2 weeks because like all these nurses were taking care of me and like there wasn't a lot of power and she had 2 kids and it was just a whole mess. But here I am in Yellowknife.
This is
where
I mean,
it's basically an ice storm every day.
truly a villain's origin story.
Oh my
born
God.
during a natural disaster, early, health issues to start. This is where your powers come from.
Yeah.
A plucky janitor comes to the rescue.
Just following your mom around with a garbage can. I don't know what to do, but here, I can catch it. I don't know.
But yeah,
It says here you were born at 7 pounds, 11 ounces.
Yeah.
I was also born at 7 pounds, 11 ounces.
Really?
And twinsies.
Wow.
We're part of the 7-Eleven club.
Yeah.
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 We've grown since then.
Yeah, if you read further on, it also says that when the doctor like brought me into the room, my dad's like, "It's a boy," and the
what a
doctor's
boy!
like, "No, it's a girl."
That's the umbilical cord.
Oh my God.
No, he really wanted a boy, so
Yeah.
my mom basically said, "This is the last one." Like my
Right.
dad wanted a hockey team, he wanted 5.
A full lineup.
And my mom's like, "Nope, we're done at 3." And so I was the last hope, and
But
There
we
it
need
is.
a goaltender.
disappointment. It adds to my evil villain story. A little
Yeah,
bit
it
of
does.
disappointment at the beginning of my
Amazing.
A
life.
little bit of disappointment. Yeah. Always not living up to your father's expectations. Absolutely can drive people
Yeah.
to villainous. So the sub, not the sub headline, but the header or the caption, I guess, underneath the photo.
Yeah.
Right. And it says Sarah Nicole Sibley, but the way it's written, because tiny is the first word and it's capitalized and then it says your name. It looks like your name is Tiny Sarah Nicole Sibley.
They jinxed me. That's why I'm only
Aw.
5'2".
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're glad you didn't turn that villainous.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have my moments.
you
yes.
have your moments. We can't wait to see you fight back because that's where that evil's going to come right out.
Yeah.
You're going to
Man.
be shifty and just go for those hard punches right
Yeah.
to the face.
A heart of ice.
Hard of ice. That's right. Born in an ice storm.
Yeah.
Man, if all this was happening in Brockville that day, like, I can't imagine what was happening in Ogdenville in North Haverford. By gum, Sarah put them on the map.
They were building a monorail.
Jeez.
Oh, well, very nice. Very nice. That's a very cool story, actually. Born during, that's the ice storm. That's the one that,
Yeah.
that was a super famous ice storm. Because it wasn't just, it was Ontario, Quebec. It was also parts of the U.S.
Yeah.
that were
Yeah.
covered in this
Yeah.
ice storm. It was huge, huge
One of
deal.
my journalism professors, we actually bonded because she got her start in that ice storm because she was staying in Ottawa and a bunch of people were stuck in different parts of Canada, couldn't come home, everything was kind of shut. So she got her start from being just someone who was kind of collecting news to going and reading the news, and then
Wow.
they just kept her there. So that's usually my fun fact because there's nothing fun about me. So I'm like, let's talk about the first thing that happened in my life, I guess, because nothing has happened since.
Well, a great origin story.
I mean, a great origin story because I'm looking up the January 1998 North American ice storm caused between $5 and $7 billion worth of damage and cost the lives of 34 people. So,
Good Lord.
There you go. That is a villain's origin story if I ever heard one. Born during the ice storm.
What a trade-off. One for 30.
What a trade-off. Tiny Sarah Sibley for 34 other people and $7 billion.
There were like 10 babies born in Brockville, I think, over the course of it. Yeah. But I was the only one that got
they're
an
all
article.
Dead. The ice storm. That's really not funny to joke about. One of them could be dead. The ice storm led to the largest deployment of Canadian military personnel since the Korean War, with over 16,000 Canadian Forces personnel deployed, 12,000 in Quebec, 4,000 in Ontario at the height of the crisis.
Jeez.
That is an origin story.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think when that happened, like a 12-year-old Lecter was just in rural Manitoba being like, whoa, what's happening over there? Look outside. Oh, just a regular run-of-the-mill blizzard over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and I was just sitting in history class not learning about residential schools. It's just kind of how it went back in the day. Thank you for sharing with us your origin story.
Unreal.
That's crazy. Yeah, during that super famous ice storm. Well, you're going to be hanging around. You got the news coming up next.
I do have the news coming up.
Are you going to do it live right here?
No.
Great.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north. Big shout out to Des Lorene, all around good guy, just a beauty, and constantly busy. Has his fingers in all kinds of pies. Well, not as much lately because he's working out. He's set up a fundraiser for Arctic Paws in Inuvik, and it's an open mic night, comedy night, and it's sold out. It's by donation. I don't know what else you can say about this person.
Don't say it's sold out.
It's not sold out?
We've gotten in trouble for that before.
Set to sell out. That's right.
Sell out.
I know what Inuvik's listening to anyway.
I mean, it will. But...
And you can listen to an interview with him on the Lunchtime News. It's on the podcast. Go to cabinradio.ca for that. All right?
All right.
Very cool. So you set up this fundraiser to help Arctic Paws out after they basically were like, we're not doing bingos anymore because y'all suck. Because of what happened at the other bingo. People were getting threatened and all this other nonsense. Like, Inuvik, take it easy.
Yeah, it's a little ironic that Des is taking over, putting in a fundraiser for Arctic Paws now, considering the last fundraiser nearly turned into a TAW event.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, described in the story, Inuvik, filmmaker, comedian, pro wrestler, and town councilor. Like, this is the small northern town stuff, small Canadian town stuff, to the nth degree. We all know that Des is constantly working hard, constantly working on something new, has his own wrestling promotion. He's a filmmaker. He's working on a TV show, and he also happens to be part of the ruling class of Inuvik, right?
He's also been on this Goosebumps kick lately.
Oh, yeah.
Which is charming, strange, and intriguing.
Yeah. All words I would use to describe Des Lorene. Charming and strange and intriguing. We love Des here, and we just wanted to give him a big shout out. He just, constantly doing things for his community. And you can read the story at cabinradio.ca. This is coming up on, pardon me.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Ooh.
Yeah, tomorrow night, and for basically everyone who's not in Inuvik and can't attend in person, or for those who maybe weren't able to get into the venue because obviously there are attendance capacity limits.
Yes.
50
audience members.
Yeah. So by donation to Arctic Paws, but if you're not able to make it in, you can still donate and you can watch the entire thing, which will be streamed live on Dez's Never Low Studios Facebook page, and there is a link to that right in the Cabin Radio page.
Yes, there is. See, isn't it better when both Lecter and I read the story? If I miss a point, he picks it up. Mature content warning for any of those who are looking to watch the show. I mean, it's Dez. He's got some mature content stuff. If you follow him on Facebook, he's a meme god.
He's a mature guy.
He's mature, and he's content. He's actually not content. He's constantly moving, constantly doing new stuff. 6 acts are on the show's roster, and performances will include stand-up comedy, poetry reading, live music. Now, for those of you in Yellowknife, do not watch with envious eyes, because we also know that live music may be coming back to Yellowknife very soon. Very cool. And some storytelling as well. Lorene. Why am I reading it from the story? Des is headlining, which is a bit presumptuous, but not at all. Not at all. So approximately $1,000 has been raised so far, and that's at the time of this story through ticket sales. Obviously hoping to get some more donations as well. So you can donate and watch. You don't have to watch to donate. You can send money to Arctic Paws as well. They're losing a big part of their income from not doing those bingos anymore. Maybe they come to some sort of arrangement to do bingos again. That would be nice. Or some sort of other fundraiser where people don't, give them death threats. It's one of those things.
Yeah, and for the love of God, if Des is in the middle of telling a joke and the punchline isn't what you thought it was going to be, please don't riot. Don't ask for your money back.
Yeah, and don't threaten them.
That's not how these things work.
Please don't do it.
Save that for bingo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Save that for bingo, where the real emotions come out. So good on you, Des. Well done. Check that out tomorrow. Pardon me, what time?
Now that is off the top of my head.
I'll click it up now. Leverlow Studios on Facebook. There you go. You go check it out. Get all the information you can for the show, and that's where you're going to find the stream as well. So there you go. Beautiful.
I'm going to guess 7:30.
I'm going to guess 7:30 as well. It doesn't actually say on Neverlow Studios.
Check out his Facebook page.
Oh, very nice. Check that out on the Facebook page. And if you are in Inuvik, it takes place tomorrow at 9 o'clock at the Midnight Sun Complex. If it isn't sold out, get your tickets. I mean, even here, there's not much else going on a Saturday night. So, pick up that live stream, donate some money. It's going to a good cause. Des, you're a beauty.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Just got a message from Emily Blake. Not feeling well. Won't be doing the PCPTP party this morning. That's okay, though. That's okay. She deserves a break every now and again.
It's true.
Doesn't have to come in here and rattle off all the stuff that she knows and listen to us just destroy it.
I think this is the first time I've known Emily to be sick.
She didn't come. Oh, no, she was in Simpson that one time. That's why she didn't come in. But
yeah,
we do have our other special guest who we've been waiting to catch up with for... I think it's been like 2 years since you've been here. That's insane. Chrissy Kerrigan in the building.
Hey!
That is a lie.
Is it? When was the last time you were here?
I don't know, like a year ago.
Was it a year ago?
Year and a half,
No,
maybe.
okay, fair enough.
I don't know. Time? What is time?
Yeah, what is time?
Yeah, well, we're going there.
Yeah.
Wow. What does matter? Never mind.
Well, especially in the last year. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
true.
Yeah, it all feels a little weird. Anyway, we wanted to. This is a new segment we like to call "Catching Up with Kerrigan."
It's over now because there's literally
There's nothing going on.
Nothing has happened. Nothing is new.
No, come on. Tell us what's going on. I noticed. Obviously,
What's going
I
on?
follow you on Facebook, but over Christmas, you got a whole new side gig kind of going on as well. You were selling like.
Oh my God!
Were you selling like? You were selling like.
What was I
what's
up
the
to?
word?
Embroidery kits.
Embroidery
yes.
kits.
So
Very nice.
I
Yeah.
have been working on some fiber arts things.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, you should ask me what's new. I didn't even come on here to talk about this, but I am doing an art show.
Oh, very nice. When's that
wow.
happen?
Me and Maddie Tetro, who
Okay.
many of you know and love, are doing an art show next Saturday at the Racket Club. It's called Forage, and it has my fiber art and Maddie's paintings, but kind of in similar concepts.
Oh, nice.
Side by
Very
side.
cool.
So yeah, that's in about a week. But anyways, besides that, basically just making art, doing work, like regular day job work, like most people, to pay the bills.
Yes.
Walking the dogs, trying to figure out how I'm going to lose this 30 plus pounds I gained during COVID. All that regular stuff that everyone else is doing.
Fair enough. No, I haven't even tried to think about how I'm going to lose all that. On top of the stuff I already had to.
Let alone thinking about it. You haven't even tried to think about it.
I haven't even tried to think about it. Why?
You know what, though? It's not even like, I need to lose weight. It's like, I need to stop drinking so much and eating so much. And,
yeah. Fair enough.
like I should probably do an activity at
Did
some
you
point.
did you tie one on for St. Patty's Day? Or?
Oddly enough, no. I was in bed at like 9 p.m.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But I do have like a last name that's kind of adjacent. Kerrigan.
Yeah.
But
McHarrigan.
it didn't stir me at all.
No,
Yeah,
fair enough. It
fair.
doesn't stir me as well either.
Well, everyone else is
a little bit of Irish blood
on St. Patrick's Day. That's your time to take a day off.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm
yeah.
sick of being Irish. For
Exactly.
one day, I'm just gonna rest.
That's right. No, I didn't do anything for. Did you go out for St. Patty's Day?
No,
No, you didn't go out either.
No.
Right? The rest
It's
of
a
the
young
crew
man's game.
Yeah,
guys.
it
Yeah, a
is.
little bit.
It is. Yeah,
And looking around this table,
not a whole lot of that going on.
That's right. Yeah.
I drank a Guinness. That's
Did you?
something?
Okay.
that's like the bare minimum.
I didn't even do that.
Right, yeah,
I
didn't do that. No.
Yeah, I cursed. I just swore a little bit.
Very Irish.
Yeah, popped a squat in the street somewhere.
Popped a squat in the street. Is
No,
that
I
what you
didn't
said?
actually do that, but
Good Lord.
missed you guys.
Yeah. No, it's been a while. One of my favorite episodes I still have on my phone. And it was, this was 2 years ago. And we were talking about softball. You stayed on for a few breaks. We talked about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about how you could never play on the Cabin Radio slow pitch team because we were just so far beneath you.
Yes,
That's right.
I believe those were my exact words.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that sounds,
That's right.
That sounds on brand. for me.
Yeah. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't lower myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the quote. I couldn't lower myself to game.
That's right.
It would
Yeah.
be a disgrace to me
Yeah.
and to the game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
both of those things.
Well, we're 2 years, past that, or like a year and a half, however long it's been. What are your thoughts now? We're the AGM's coming up. We're looking to recruit. The Cabin Radio team is going to be coming back.
To be honest, I have devolved significantly in
Perfect.
the last 2
Fair,
years,
that's
and
great.
so I may now be at the level. that
Yeah.
you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. So athletically, you've devolved, and maybe you just don't care about winning as much.
That's not true.
Okay, fair enough. That's going to be good for the C League then. We like, when they get in the C League, you know who you're playing against, but it's good when people get real passionate. Like, come on!
That's right.
You can
yeah.
bunt now, though, in slow pitch, right? They changed that rule.
What? Oh, God, I thought you were
God.
serious. I was like, oh, God, no.
There's those unintentional bunts.
Right, power
where-
bunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Full
swing
swing.
as hard as they
And
can,
it dunk.
and it barely makes it to the pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
Jesse's
there's
specialty.
those.
That is not my specialty. My specialty is home runs. I just haven't hit one in like 13 years.
Your
Yeah.
specialty is smashing balls and then blowing out your knees on the way to
Oh,
first.
God, it's terrible.
Or smashing your own balls. As
Smashing
you
your own balls.
blow out your
and
knees.
falling
on
to
your
my
way.
knees before leaving the batter's box. Ah, my groin.
Pulling a hammy on the initial
That's
swing.
exactly what's going
That's
on. Well,
right.
no,
Yeah.
I played 2 summers ago. I played 2 games, and then I was like, I don't want to injure myself before I go on this trip to Ireland and Scotland. So I
Right.
stopped.
Yeah.
Never came back.
Yeah.
But I played the second game. I was running to second from first around second, and I pulled up and I was like, I think I pulled my groin.
This is rec sports as a grown up with a day job. As it's every action you take is the consideration of I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Am I sure I want to do this?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many people who keep themselves in really good shape, get out there, and it's just fun for them. And for me, it's
Are you
like,
gonna censor this later? Because I'm about to say those people.
oh, you know who you are.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just this is like climbing a mountain, for God's sake. I feel
Yeah.
and I mean, I do my dog walks and things like that, but I've got to start doing more active stuff.
Well, and I kept telling him that there's the option of pinch runners. All
we
you have to
did
do
do
is
that.
make it to
The
first.
ego,
Yeah.
though. The
And then-
ego.
Yeah,
No,
then
no ego.
Tell
No
me
ego.
to shut my stupid mouth. And that was it.
But the way I picture the pitch runner is that they stay just like 4 feet to the side of you while you're batting, so you get the hit, and then you don't have to run it off.
Oh, no,
But the
no.
pitch runner goes on when you get to first.
Yeah, you gotta make
come
it to
on.
first.
You still have to run a little
First.
bit.
Just
Yeah.
to first.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you hit the ball far enough, you don't even have to run.
Well, that's what I
really.
was trying to do.
Yeah.
But apparently, I don't have that strength anymore. So
I've also gotten to that age or that point in my physicality where I'm a dog walk. I'm I should really start exercising again. I'll go for a dog walk.
Go for a dog walk.
used to be CrossFit, lifting weights, this, and now I'm yeah, walk is good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it used to,
Pack it
they used to be better when I had a different schedule. I get off work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I go for I take the dog out for 2 or 3 hours, just walk until Phoenix got home or you had dinner or whatever. And now you get home at 6 from getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's let's go for half an hour.
Yeah.
Also in the last year, obviously Betty had both her knees replaced. So walking her, it's that big thing has been okay, we started off very, very slow. And even now, just over a year later, 45 minutes and she starts getting kind of tuckered.
It's totally your dog's fault,
It
right?
is
Yeah.
that's fault. That's why I broke her knees. So I wouldn't have to walk her. No, so that's kind of limited it a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But Again,
So what
still
am I-
totally my fault.
So what I'm getting out of all this is that the Cabin Radio Slow Pitch team has found our new starting third baseman.
Third base. I don't
know.
want to say you again, but
I like playing third base.
first of all, I do have good dental. So
Okay.
I do have coverage.
Yeah.
You have to have that. That's the
Yeah.
prereq if you're going to
Yeah.
play third base.
Yeah.
Because everybody hits it down there.
Yeah.
Just
and
get
it's
your
like,
glove up.
Thanks,
You
coach.
know this.
Thanks, coach. Just bleeding from the face.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I forgot that last time. Like, I was playing at third, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is awful."
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to love playing third because I was a little quicker and I had a good glove, and now it's just like I should just play on the like I don't want to play in the outfield, but you're playing third, you back all the way out to the
yes.
outfield.
Like
Yeah.
you're standing on the edge of the grass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everybody's just screaming liners down.
Well, you were what? Outfield in A division?
Yeah, like Rover. I don't know. There's like
Yeah.
typical places where the gals play.
Yeah.
The gals.
The gals.
The gals.
So
The
D
gals.
division, you're third, right?
No,
Natural
I don't
progression.
know.
No, because like in D division and C division, there's a lot of dudes who like are super good hitters, like super powerful, that just don't want to play A and B.
Right.
So they'll just rip
And they-
balls at people.
Yeah, and they can't place it. I'm like not
Yeah.
to make a blanket statement or whatever, but like if you're an A, like the guys can place the ball
Place
where they
the
want.
ball,
They're
yeah.
not going to hit it right to third. They're going to hit it up the middle hard and
Right.
to a line drive or whatever.
They don't
but
swing at anything they don't think they can hit out of the park, though.
Pretty much.
That's not true.
No?
No,
They could play.
no, not at all. There's a ton of dudes in A that aren't trying to hit home runs. They're trying to place.
Oh,
the
no,
ball.
I meant in D.
Well, that's silly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like swinging as hard as they can, but getting around on the ball really fast, getting ahead, ripping it to third.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to lose my face.
No, it's tough.
I'm
It's real
not
tough.
fast. I'm terrible with the glove. The last time I played infield, I played second base. This was a number of years ago. And I went to field the ball, and they always teach you like both hands down, like the glove down, obviously, but the other hand down at the same time, so you
Yeah.
can quickly like
Right.
scoop, grab, and throw.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so I had my right hand down, which is my non-glove hand, and the ball kicked up off a rock and hit. And I mean, obviously the listeners can't see the demonstration I'm making with my hand right now.
If you describe it well enough.
But the ball hit my two middle fingers on my right hand so forcefully that it split. It opened them up really quickly, and it split my hand open.
Oh my god!
So I have a scar here that was like, I don't know, the team. I don't know if this is gonna have to get censored. The team called it Hangina because it split open.
Pardon me, Hangina.
Yes, Hangina. Thank you.
Hangina,
Yeah.
Lecter.
And it was like
Oh
it
my
just split
God.
right open, and I was like, oh, that hurt. I didn't realize.
Oh,
it
that
split.
hurts.
And I went, oh, and when I
Half
shook my
the
hand
just
downward,
flapped open.
it just and the like a
Blood
huge,
just
spurted
yes,
out.
it was
Oh
so
my
gross.
God.
And then I was
Wow.
like, I'm not good with blood or needles. And I
No,
just,
no.
Ooh.
sub. I need a sub.
I mean, neither are people eating breakfast for the most part.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we talk about poop. This is the poop o'clock hour.
Yeah, people know what to expect on
That's
this
right.
show.
What, you've
Absolutely.
had your coffee and then you start talking about poop?
Oh yeah. Well, this is we talk about the main stories at around 8:00. So around this time of the year, it's big poop time.
Is it?
Well, it's around springtime when people have cleaned up their poop and you
Oh,
find all that poop out on
That's
the
right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not for humans. No. Hey, look, we know you're pooping, having breakfast at the same time. This is why we're talking about it. Yeah. Angina.
Well, you're on the team, Christy. Welcome to the team.
Welcome to
Scott's
the
just
team.
like, oh god, it's devolving.
Welcome to the Cabin Radio Devolvers.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Morning to the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford driving the north. It is -9 degrees. A little gray outside, but it's supposed to clear up a little bit later on. Blue skies and sunny skies and all that good stuff. Nice. Yeah, it's supposed to be a good day. It's supposed to be a nice day. Get out there and see the snow garden. Oh,
Hey,
big
don't
news
pressure
on that.
people to go outside.
Why not?
You know you don't like it when they do that to
I
you.
don't like it. I don't like when people go outside and are happy. It makes me miserable. That's not true. That's not true. I mentioned that once. You got to put me on Front Street every time I bring it up. Still hanging out with Chrissy Kerrigan here in the in Studio One, talking about what happened yesterday at Bullock's. Maximum Overdrive. Have you ever seen Maximum Overdrive, Chrissy?
No, Jesse.
It's a movie from 1984 or 1986, based on a Stephen King novella.
So
starring
offended by the question.
Just like, no. Starring Emilio Estevez. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where machines have taken over. Trucks, cars, things like that have minds of their own.
Mad Max Transformers.
Yeah, pretty much. Have been possessed and are wreaking havoc across the country. And we think that this is what's going on at Bullock's.
And Emilio saves the day.
Emilio!
As he tends to do.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Before we get into that, let's get into why Emilio is called Estevez and not Sheen. Your thoughts?
Not a clue.
Because he's Martin Sheen's son,
Distancing?
but he goes by Estevez.
I don't
Well,
know.
people have stage names,
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, there you go.
He kept
Yeah.
Estevez.
and that's like sounds cooler. Like
Estevez
Emilio
does sound-
Estevez. It's
Emilio
like
Estevez.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
alliterative.
Yeah.
alliterative, yeah.
It does sound a lot better than Emilio Sheen.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Emilio Sheen.
That sounds like, I don't know, some sort of car wax or
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Emilio
weird.
Sheen.
Yeah.
Charlie Estevez.
What would your stage name be? Have you
know.
thought about that at all?
My stage name's my name. I gotta good at stage names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's pretty good. I think about that.
Chrissy
too.
Carey.
Yeah.
It's a
Carey.
good name.
Can't beat
Yeah.
alliteration.
That's right.
I mean, really.
Christina Ray.
Well,
Carey. I got it. There's
there
a
you
Yeah,
go.
Chrissy
Yeah.
Ray, something like that.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Are you Chrissy Ray?
Yeah, thanks.
Who wants to know?
That's the very, oh my God, that's the very first time I've ever.
Okay, right on. Sweet. Approaching new comedic landscapes. Lecter, what would your name be?
Well, it's
Screen
Lecter.
name? No.
Yes.
Your screen name. You can't just
My
go by
screen
Lecter.
name.
Yeah. Because and no offense to your name, but it's one of those names that would be.
It's not a screen name.
Letkimin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Letkimin.
It'd be like
Yeah.
Favre.
Yeah.
People would be.
I don't know. That's a good question. I've never actually thought about that before.
Visit the Cabin Radio Facebook page.
And let us
and
know
tell us
what you
your
think
name.
screen name should be. Scotty Lex. Ooh.
Oh, hey.
You're
there
going to get
you
your
go.
page taken down. And
That's right. That's funny. Okay, so yesterday we saw in the news, cabinradio.ca, catch that story. If you didn't see that, a snowmobile crashed into Bullocks yesterday, taking out the porch area, which was a gift from the set of Arctic Air, which was that show that was so incredibly accurate about life in Yellowknife. Yep.
Is that true? It was a gift?
Yeah, it was a gift.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's where it came from. So apparently the porch is probably not going to make a recovery. I imagine that they'll rebuild something there, but what happened? Apparently the throttle got stuck on the snowmobile.
The
No?
snowmobile had a mind of its own.
That's right. Yeah. And where was Emilio?
Emilio!
So it's just at the tail end of the lunch rush around 1:30, a snowmobile crashed into the front porch of the popular Yellowknife eatery, Bullocks. And apparently the throttle got stuck and it just went off.
Yeah.
So people just decided to drive itself without a driver. Yeah.
Spooky.
A little bit.
Which is, it's funny, like, because when you hear the story, you know, at first all you hear is, oh, apparently a snowmobile crashed into a Bullock's Bistro.
Yeah, you think it was a drunk.
You're thinking it's, like some drunk driver in the middle of the afternoon. You're just like, what is this town coming to?
Yeah.
No, it's on brand.
But then all of a sudden you hear, oh, it's a runaway snowmobile.
Yeah.
And at first you're like, oh, okay, well, that's better. And then you're like, wait a minute. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That can happen?
That
It's like
can
one of those
absolutely
like
happen.
moose in a drive-through sort of like only in Canada stories.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah.
A skinny who plows through local fish eatery. Yeah, that's a very northern thing.
Yeah.
It was a gift from the set of Arctic Air. They used part of Bullocks for filming. I think they hung out there a lot too when they were in town because, as most of us know, most of that show was not filmed here. They did a lot of B-roll and stuff like that. A lot of it was filmed in Vancouver.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, I remember having
Vancouver.
Yeah.
The Arctic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You see shots of twin otters coming in on the show. It's like, where are those mountains? Those are cool. I remember having to ask to audition for that show. I was like, can I get an audition for Arctic Air? Then my agent was like, oh, you want to be on that? I was like, well, I'm from there. So, I mean, it'd be cool to have like a professional Yellowknife actor on the show.
Oh, what a novel idea.
Yeah.
They're like, no, they don't care about that.
They don't. They
But
didn't.
No.
I remember the first time a preview of that came on, and the trailer, you hear like a few lines from the show, and one of the lines from the show and from one of the guys, the villain or something, who knows, was like, in 20 years, Yellowknife is going to be the same size as Calgary. And I was like, wow, I don't think I'm ever going to watch the show.
Wildly inaccurate.
Wildly inaccurate.
What did your agent end up saying to you?
I did audition for it.
Oh,
I did
you
end
did?
up
Okay.
auditioning for it. I can't remember what the part was.
He was unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful at my audition. They were like, you know what? You look a little too much like Adam Beach. We can't have you on there. And I was like, fair enough.
No, they were like, we don't want someone with this dumb staging on this show.
Quite frankly, Dustin Milligan's already first in line.
Well, that's the thing.
you
Well,
know.
that was the thing as well. I even said that. I was like, I mean, I think Dustin was probably maybe a little, big of a star to be in it. But I mean, like, it would have been one of those things where it's like, oh, there's a person from Yellowknife and there's a person from Yellowknife actually on the show. Right?
Yeah.
And they did have some people from Yellowknife doing extra works or like walk-on parts and stuff like that. But
What? So they could like maybe get 10,000 viewers who would be super keen on watching the
Well, I imagine some people in Yellowknife watch the show, right? Anybody? Call in if you ever watch the show. We don't have a number. But a pretty crazy story. I mean, the picture's pretty awesome. Like we're so happy no one was hurt.
Yeah.
Because it was right at the end of the lunch rush, so it absolutely could have happened. But like the picture of the snowmobile on its side plowed through the porch.
Is it salvageable? Like, is the snowmobile okay? That's what I really care about. Is the snowmobile okay?
The snowmobile had to be put down.
Oh my God.
ENR came in, had to do the dirty work. But the porch, unfortunately, the porch, they're saying will not make a recovery. But I imagine they will rebuild something. Right?
You know, ENR just never relocates these snowmobiles anymore.
Right. Yeah. And people who are posting about it online,
I want to debate
if you
this.
see a snowmobile, do not take a picture of it. You are dooming that snowmobile to death. I love that. When people post pictures of the links. If I saw links, I'd take a picture of it. I may not post it on social media, but
that one guy was so cavalier, just like walking down the middle of the road.
Yeah, oh yeah.
About the trucks. That guy was like,
he's leading a parade.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, and you have
whatever,
to.
man.
I mean, you have to relocate an animal like that if it's not going to be afraid of humans or anything else. Like,
would it? I mean, would it murder my dog? Like,
Well,
your
it
small
tried
dog-
to murder a couple.
your dog's like same size as my dog.
like how big is a lynx?
Like 20 pounds.
Yeah, they vary.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
They're
a
fairly small.
large house cat.
They look bigger because they got so much fluff. But they can get fairly big, but about 20 pounds I think is where they top out at.
Really? Wow. Okay. I just like muskox. I think I always think muskox are bigger than they are.
Yeah, they're pretty.
But they're
smaller.
small.
Yeah.
Like they're not large. Like the muskox in
They're not as big as
that
they're not as
Farm
big
Hair.
as Elon Musk.
Yes, that is inaccurate.
All hair.
So Canadian lynx 8 to 11 kilograms, so about 25 pounds.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
they're a lot smaller than that's like a thick with 3 C's house cat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a thick cat. That's a thick kitty.
Mumer.
What's that? Mumer.
That's what I call cats.
Okay, great.
Cat humor.
Yeah.
Humor.
It's a doggo and actually like a meowmer.
Very
Meowmer.
Yeah.
Very good. This is all good stuff.
And cows are moomers.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. These are terms I use.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't have a lot of friends.
You have lots of friends.
And I don't get out much.
Oh, well,
Moomer.
COVID, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Who
that's
does?
why.
Oh, speaking of pandemics, you got your shot yet?
I did. I got my first one on Tuesday.
Nice. He
me
got
too.
his son, and I got mine last Friday.
Very
Well,
impressed with the whole setup
right?
there.
Oh my God, they've done incredibly well, and
So
they opened
cool.
up like so many more. So last week, before I got mine, Phoenix texted me, she got hers, and like try to get yours as soon as possible. As soon as I went on, it was gone. But then I checked the next day. I was like, okay, I'll schedule it out from a couple weeks from now, and they had added all new appointments. So
Totally.
they've just been turning it around.
And
so
the process
quickly.
is like super efficient and well organized,
Yeah.
and everyone was so kind.
Yeah.
And I got a juice box.
You got a juice box?
I got
didn't get no juice box.
I got a juice
Whoa.
box. Oh, also,
What's your secret?
Act anemic.
I pass out. I have like a vasovagal response every time I get a needle. That's my secret.
Okay.
Had a sweet little nap in the middle of the day. They got this bed set up in the back. It's great.
That I literally did that.
Yeah, did you?
And I heard a rumor that sometimes they give you cookies. So I'm hoping
What
second
the hell,
dose
man?
I get a cookie.
Second dose, I better get a cookie.
Wow.
I'm also a bit nervous because they say the second one, like Greg got both of his already because he's,
Of course.
first
Yep.
responder or whatever.
Right.
And the second one just totally,
Wiped
he
him out, eh?
Did not feel well.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what I've heard. The
Yeah.
second dose is going to knock
I'm
you
a
on your
bit
butt.
nervous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there it is. Just be prepared for that. That's all. You know?
But we're so lucky.
We
We're
are
so
absolutely lucky. I mean, we're
Yeah.
we're so fortunate to be part of this experiment to track us all and feed
Yes.
us all drugs that haven't been tested.
Guys, the government can't both be like wildly incompetent and also so competent that they can create a global conspiracy and be organized enough to do this. So like, you have to choose one side
That's
or
it.
the other. I'm sorry.
That's exactly it. You can't keep a secret in a room between 8 people, but like apparently there's this worldwide conspiracy
Yes.
to do this.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm willing to agree with you on either side of that argument, but you have to pick one.
Are there
Yeah.
conspiracies? Yes. Is there
Yeah.
a worldwide global conspiracy to do this? Probably not.
Probably not. We're not that good at our job.
No, we're not.
Okay, well, good to know.
Good to
Government
know.
Not that good.
You
at
heard it
their
here
job.
first, guys.
You
There is
heard
no
it first.
global conspiracy.
Mornings at the cabin exclusive, you guys.
Although everyone is like,
Government kind of not good.
hey.
Hey, at the
Kind
top.
of. Just
But also,
kind of.
we've all
Yeah.
got the vaccine, so maybe we have been microchipped, and now we're just part of the global.
Oh, I
like,
do
maybe
love
that-
I do love the microchip thing. Everybody blast that into their phones that they carry around in their pockets that tracks everything you do. I don't want to be microchipped.
I know.
Puts it in their pocket.
My favorite thing is when like people are on Facebook and they're saying they're getting mad. They're like, "Oh, the only way to access this is the internet. I don't have the internet." Or You're
or people are like,
on.
oh, you read it on Facebook? It's like literally everything is on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or on the internet. Oh, you got it from the internet? People still do that as if it's 1996. And like, oh, you read it on the internet. I guess it's true. It's like the breadth of human knowledge is on the internet at this point.
Yes,
like,
but not all of it is.
no,
fact.
no, of course
Yeah.
not. But I mean, like, you can't be like, it's like saying, oh, you heard that from, everybody in the world.
Back
It
in
must be true.
1996, that was probably legit.
It was.
Yeah, if you read it on the internet, it was true. That's not the case.
When I was in
now.
university, which was 2003 to 2006, I remember not being allowed to cite stuff from the web.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
Like
you
at
can't
all.
trust that. It's like, it's
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Which
did-
now, that's different now,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, for a while, and then for a while there, it was like you can't cite from Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is one of the most accurately cited pages. Like,
Yeah.
yes, you can go in and edit it, but if you go down to the bottom and you see all the citations, you can click on those and double check it.
Right. I did an entire grade 8 project on Wikipedia. I just discovered it, and nobody, like no teachers knew what Wikipedia
Yeah.
was.
What the hell is this?
And I was just like, oh my God, I feel like I'm getting away with murder here.
You just
I'm a
wrote the
genius.
page yourself.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Indeed. We're being microchipped, and all information that you can access on the internet is false.
I always think that, I always think that too, where I'm like, they're tracking everything you do. And I'm like, all right. Like,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like, what a boring show. Go ahead.
Oh, I've seen this episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, she's sitting watching The Office for the 800th time. She's watched Bridgerton 4 times.
Yeah, I think they've changed
she
the
ate
channel
eggs for
from,
dinner again. Like, yeah, like there's like
Kerrigan
eggs.
TV.
Yeah,
They're like,
it's
you know
so
what?
boring.
That's right.
I don't
She
think this
can't-
is going anywhere,
She
quite
can't
frankly.
stop looking up the hot guy from Outlander. Like, like her life is the most boring. Like, what is happening?
There was one person on a computer somewhere in China just like, oh, God. Or so we're led to believe.
Let's see a plot twist or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God.
Or Russia. Probably Russia.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Sitting there, you're making that Russian person drink more than they usually would.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. This is so boring. Ugh. Oh, my goodness. If they're watching us, whatever.
Like, I'm sorry. I feel like I should apologize.
Well, it's so fantastic to have you back on the show. It's always a pleasure. We always have such a good time. We'll make it less time before our next visit. Yes?
Sure.
We'll try to get you up early again.
Yeah, it's real hard.
Well, if you're taking Greg to work before 8 anyway, then just come on by.
Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Done.
Done and done.
Yeah.
That is going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin for today and for this week. We will talk to you guys on Monday. Well, I won't. I'm going to be at Blatchford Lake Lodge on Monday and Tuesday,
yeah.
so I'm going to be enjoying that. You guys have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Lecter back on Monday.
Bye.
Chrissy back whenever. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.